Winter weather is about to come back in a very big way, everyone. Bring a lot of cold air, very cold wind chills, and a lot of heavy snow. Now, I'm going to show you in this video what you can expect not only for the next 5 to 7 days from our weather pattern, what is coming right after that. And if you're in Canada, you really need to pay attention to this as well. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you have a very great day today. Look at this for this morning over here in BC, British Columbia. They have 99 miles per hour wind gusts reported over at the Chester Lake Dam. That is a lot of strong winds over there. Now, we still have this weather pattern coming for the next 5 to 7 days where it's going to be relatively quiet. We have a couple of smaller storms hitting along the west coast. This is going to bring you 2 different days of rainfall coming through. And we still have that trough building over here by southern Florida into Bahamas. I'm still showing this is going to be further towards the east. Maybe bring a little bit of rainfall over here towards the Carolina coast. Nothing super severe still for the next 5 to 7 days. So forgive me. I have to go past that to show you this weather pattern. Now, for this morning, we still have the hurricane that's just leaving past Bermuda, and we have these storms hitting over here in New England. Now, these will pass by later on for today, but the next weather pattern is going to bring you some weather as well. So I'm going to show you the whole weather pattern as a whole right here, and you can see on your vorticity that storm system leaving out through New England. We have the storm system that's hitting over by Alaska. This is bringing a lot of weather over here towards BC and Western Canada. But as we go through the weekend, we see all this trough coming in, bringing this cold air, very cold wind chill still, and still showing it could bring some thunderstorms over here towards Florida and a little bit towards the Carolinas as you go through Monday, and for northern Bahamas as that pushes offshore, and still maybe getting a shortwave trough as you go through for Tuesday, bringing some chances for some regular rainfall, some storms that might pass through for New England, and maybe a little bit of snow in the higher elevations. But as we get the storm system coming through for the west coast for next week, this is Wednesday. This is going to bring you some storms towards northern California, a little bit of Oregon as you go through for Wednesday. That's going to pull through. Then the second system that's hitting over towards BC is going to move a little further towards the south. And as you go through for Friday, you can see storms along Washington and a little bit of Oregon. Now, we are literally going 8 days at this point already. So it's just like I told you yesterday, it's going to be relatively quiet. We're in this zonal flow, but we could get a trough of a storm system that could build up as we go into next weekend. That's going to pull in more colder air and maybe a snowstorm that's trying to form. But this is going to bring colder weather back. So look at this. We have the colder air up aloft as we go through for the weekend still. Now we'll show you your updated temperatures. Then it's going to stay bottled up over here for Canada. Canada is going to keep all these colder temperatures as we go through next week all the way towards Thursday and maybe a little bit of Friday. So Thursday, when you get that second system over here for Washington, bringing some thunderstorms and a little bit more rainfall, and maybe get that trough coming through for New England as you go through next Thursday, bringing you cooler temperatures as well. That is about it still for the next 8 days. Then maybe a trough of colder air is going to come punching down. Now, I want you to keep in mind, this right here is going past 10 days. This is at 11 days already, in between 9 and 11 days for this cold trough that could punch down. And you can see the Arctic air starting to bottle up into Canada. That's going to try and make a spill later on as well. But this is the point that I'm talking about. So first, I'm going to walk you through the next 7 days so you still see the same update of what is going on for your local weather. And we're going to pick up where we left off. You see the storms going over here for northern New England. And you can see as you go through the rest of today, you're going to get a little bit of rainfall over here for Washington going through for tomorrow as that pulls away. And still maybe bring a little bit of snow towards the higher elevations of upstate New York, northern Vermont, and maybe a little bit of New Hampshire. And as we go through the weekend, we still have this colder anomaly coming through, bringing those cooler temperatures. And as we go all the way into Monday, then you can see these storms are starting to build up over here by the Bahamas and a little bit towards the East Coast as you go Monday evening, and that pulls away. So that's the latest update on that potential trough in the Gulf.